The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Well, just about set for the second half, presented by Grannis and Associates, certified public accountants specializing in business and personal accounting and tax services. Grannis and Associates, 615-895-1040, and online at www.gcpas.com. I don't think it's in the minds of any of the Middle Tennessee players, but I'm sure it's in the back of the minds of some of the fans. Middle Tennessee's riding a 32-game home court winning streak in Conference USA. Remember, they had the total winning streak snapped earlier in the loss to Western Kentucky. But this has been a tough place for opponents to come in and win. 50-2 over the last 3 seasons in this building. But tip your hat to the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State. They came in with a plan. And I'm sure Coach Pietri says, that's about as good as I could have hoped for in that first half.
Yeah, he'll take that and call it a night. And that's really sort of what he's trying to do right now, is keep things going in that direction. And, you know, when you're talking about Rick, Rick has coached against Coach Insel, not only in Conference USA, but also in Sun Belt.
Right, yeah.
And didn't have any success there. So in that regard, it's a game that means a lot to him on a personal / professional level. But, one of those games that you knew it wasn't going to be like that down there. There's probably a little bit of a wake-up call down in our locker room. And at the end of the day, we didn't shoot the ball well. We're still only down 2, so long way from the panic button.
Team coming off a game last week at New Mexico State, down 9 with about 5 minutes left to go. Turned up the defense, found a way to pull that game into overtime, and then won it in overtime. First game like that we had in quite some time.
And I don't care what anybody says. I think those games are necessary for growth.
I agree.
I hate going into tournaments where you've been so dominant, you don't know what a close game feels like.
Well, we know what it feels like tonight because we've got one. Yeah. Jacksonville State with the basketball. They will move right to left here as we begin the third quarter. Driving the lane, cut off by Bouldereva, kicking to the wing. They're going to go right back to that three-point line. This one's going to be thrown into the backcourt. And there's the turnover.
And again, that's how Jacksonville State started the game, and that's how Middle got out to its early lead. Then Jacksonville State leveled it off and then took the lead back.
It was interesting. Savannah Davis actually started the third quarter for Middle Tennessee, but after that first dead ball, she comes out. Blakely checks back in. Cab looking inside for Bouldereva, working for position. Gets to the top of the key. Does Nas now left side to Tamia Scott. Tamia drives baseline. A blocking foul is called. Foul is on Shaquise May. That's her second, team's first of the quarter. See if they can try to draw something to get Jalen Gregory going here. They've done a really nice job. Oh, nice inbounds play, and the lay-in by Scott.
Pretty simple cut. Jacksonville State just falls asleep on the inbounds and almost can't get the ball inbounds.
Tied at 30 on the first basket of the third quarter. Maya Barnes leaves it to the top. Jumper taken is no good. Rebound, Tamia Scott had it for a moment, finally runs it down.
Yeah, Rhodes is now 0 for 5. She has just not been able to make that shot, but not shy about taking it, so we'll live with that.
Yeah, she'll take it, that's for sure. Scott on the left wing. Leaves it for Enrique. Hands it back to Tamia. Kicks to the wing to Blakely. Lob inside Bouldereva with a catch. Turns, goes up, fouled. Being guarded there in a tough matchup for Rhodes, and that's her first. And that'll send Bouldereva to the line.
Yeah, that will be a foul that Rhodes will look back and go, I've got her off her sweet spot. I've just got to wall that and live with the result.
Yep.
But again, I like the decisiveness of Nas.
A little break here. Bouldereva came over just for a second. Rick Insel wanted to check, I think, just make sure she was okay. And now she's back to the line. Bouldereva, a 71% free throw shooter, and she makes the first. Has been on a very nice run lately, and being around her and getting to know her, she's really hard on herself. If she does not play well, she feels like she's letting her team down.
It literally hurts her as much as any player I've ever been around, either men or women, and it's just such a nice thing to see a player be that conscientious.
She made both free throws, 32-30. Three from the left corner is no good. Rebound is tapped out deep, saved by the Gamecocks to Sanchez Ponce. Drives baseline, cut off by Gregory. Keeps the dribble going to the free throw line. Now leaves it to Barnes. Barnes guarded by Enrique. Sends it to the far side to Sanchez Ponce. Shot clock, and there's a traveling violation. You could hear the roar. Everybody in the Murphy Center saw it. Fortunately, including those with the whistle.
Yes.
You mentioned that first quarter, Jacksonville State opened up with 5 early turnovers but settled down. Well, they've opened up the third quarter with a couple of turnovers. Enrique hands it to a Scott. Scott's defender fell down. Tamia took the 15-footer and hit it.
Well, and a big part of that was Tamia got both feet down, had great balance, and then had the ability to just raise up instead of – she goes off 1-2 right there. It's a charge. Timeout.
Timeout taken as Rick Pietri's not happy with what he's seen in the early going. So he takes the timeout. And we'll take it as well, as this first one taken is a full timeout. 7:54 left in the third quarter. Lady Raiders a 6-0 run to open the third quarter, lead 34-30. This is Lady Raider basketball from Van Wagner.
MT Dining is eating made easy. With more than 19 dining locations, you will never run out of variety on campus. Whether it's Chick-fil-A, Subway, or Starbucks, we've got the brands you love right here. Need a quick snack or Scantron? Stop by one of the 5 pods on campus and try out MT Dining's new Farm to Fork experience. Farmers Market, now open, located in the Student Union. Visit mtdining.com for more information or visit our office in the Keithley University Center, room 202.
Blue Raider fans, Lightning's Locker Room, powered by Textbook Brokers, is the place to get your Blue Raider gear. Open Monday through Friday from 8 to 6 and Saturday 10 to 4. Lightning's Locker Room is just across the street from Floyd Stadium at 1321 Greenland Drive. It has all the MT polos, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and all the other game day gear you'll ever need. See the selection online at mtsugear.com or in Murphy Center on game days. Lightning's Locker Room, the official game day provider, powered by Textbook Brokers.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic is proud to be the official medical group of MTSU Athletics. We all win big when we work as a team for better health. Just like MTSU's athletes and coaches, our healthcare professionals work tirelessly to make our community proud. At MMC, we really are true blue. MTSU is our hometown team, and your health is our mission. Visit mmclinic.com or call us at 615-893-4480.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Lightning's Locker Room, powered by Textbook Brokers, is the place to get your Blue Raider gear. See the selection online at mtsugear.com or at our Greenland Drive location. Lightning's Locker Room, the official game day provider, powered by Textbook Brokers. Middle Tennessee opens up this third quarter on a 6-0 run to grab a 4-point lead, 34-30. Over Jacksonville State. Points off turnovers now 14-6 in favor of the Lady Raiders. Points in the paint 22-6 in favor of Middle Tennessee as well.
Yeah, from the floor, Middle 2 out of 2 to start this third quarter. Meanwhile, holding Jacksonville to 0 for 2 to start the quarter and 0 for 1 from the three-point line.
In the first meeting between these two teams in Jacksonville, Alabama, Jacksonville State went 2 for 16 from three-point range. They're nowhere near that tonight. They were 7 for 16 in the first half. After the timeout, Jacksonville State with the basketball. Barclay looking to get it to a guard. Blakely denying Harris the basketball. Count is on. Finally just turns around and fires a jumper way offline, but the offensive rebound in traffic, shot no good. Rebound Scott. That was contested by Boulder Ava. Scott leaves it for Blakely. 7:30 left third quarter. Middle Tennessee leading by 4 with the basketball. Enrique with a handoff to Scott. Now right side Gregory's had a very quiet offensive evening so far. Jalen dribbles right to left. Leaves it for Scott. Shot clock at 6. To me, a great crossover. Line drive jumper good from 15.
That's just a really nice move from Tamia Scott there. You're right. They're trying to ice the ball screen, so she took the defender to the ball screen, crossed over, got 2 feet on the ground, raised up, knocked it.
8-0 run for Middle Tennessee to start this third quarter. 36-30 Lady Raider lead. Jacksonville State with the basketball, the handoff to Gonzalez Planella, who had a very good second quarter. Really good three-point shooter. Jumper from 16 is an air ball that goes out of bounds. She's contending that it was tipped.
No.
I would too, because that missed badly.
I would try to sell that,
Yes.
but no.
So Blakely will bring it front court.
Yeah, she almost missed the floor with that shot.
Scott drives left to right, shot rejected. Tamia got back the loose ball on the baseline, turns, can't shoot. Throws it into the corner to Gregory. Shot clock at 12. Jalen to the wing, Blakely. Oh, Jalen wanted the basketball back. Instead, Blakely took the jumper, no good. Rebound out of bounds. It will stay with Middle Tennessee.
Well, and that shows you Cab's reluctance to take that wide open three, because that's exactly what she had.
Gregory inbounds, gets it to Enrique. Alina outside to Blakely. Looking inside for Boulder-Rava, trying to work for position. Now Nas comes up top. Shot clock at 10. Enrique lobs inside, intended for Boulder-Rava. Loose ball stolen away by Jacksonville State. Pass just was not quite high enough. Down court is Steele. Steele drives on Blakely, gets up under the basket. They get it out on the perimeter. Sanchez Ponce for three. It's good.
Yeah, that baseline hammer throw has been something that's been pretty good at Jacksonville State and a staple of most three-point shooting teams.
First points of the half for Jacksonville State. 36-33, Lady Raider lead. Scott drives and kicks. Blakely drives baseline, gets it inside Boulder-Rava, falling away, missed the shot off the board. Blakely took it back. Cab double team, sends it out to Gregory. Near side Scott, shot clock at 15. Good hustle by Blakely to get in there. Cab drives to the basket, draws contact, wouldn't go, but she'll go to the line. And I believe that's going to be on Steele. That's her third. So now Elsie Harris returns for Jacksonville State. It will be Steele sitting down with those 3 fouls. First free throw by Blakely is good. Where's one of those blue sleeves on the right leg? Makes both free throws. And the lead back to 5, and now Savannah Davis is going to come in for Enrique. So getting another offensive threat out there on the perimeter.
Getting to a true 4-guard lineup.
Approaching the midway point of the third quarter. Ball almost thrown into the backcourt, saved by the Gamecocks. Barnes cut off by Scott. Now the jumper from 16 feet is no good. Rebound, Boulder-Rava out-battled her own teammate Gregory for it. To Scott, Tamia, bounce pass, tough one to Blakely, and she threw it away. That was not a good pass. Blakely caught it on the baseline, just had to try to save it back in bounds. Sanchez Ponce with the basketball, up to the top. Barnes, high arching three is an air ball, and it landed out of bounds. That's 2 that were not even close.
Well, to her credit, Barnes did not ask for the deflection
no.
call.
Well, there was nobody within 10 feet.
It wasn't on the other one either.
4:36 left in the third quarter. Middle Tennessee leads 38-33. This is Lady Raider basketball from Van Wagner.
Roscoe Brown is proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company for over 80 years. Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name for heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders.
Roscoe Brown. RoscoeBrown.com. It's never lost on Window World that your home is your largest physical investment. Window World's integrity can be noticed from your very first moment of contact. The clean, professional installation of premium windows, siding, doors, and more are designed to last while leaving your home looking amazing. Window World and their lifetime warranty will always be there when it really matters. They're America's most trusted remodeler and a proud partner of Middle Tennessee State University Athletics, because the difference is integrity and always in the detail.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
Middle Tennessee 38, Jacksonville State 33, 4:36 left in the third quarter of play. Middle Tennessee came into the game number 2 nationally in field goal percentage defense at 33.1%. Well, in the game right now, Jacksonville State is shooting 33.3%. They are 1 of 8 in the third quarter from the field after going 5 for 10 from three-point range in the second quarter, so they have cooled off a bit. Middle Tennessee's shooting percentage now at 45%, but still only 2 for 10 from three-point range.
Well, and for the most part, Jacksonville State has stayed with their game plan of staying tagged on the perimeter shooters and not going to double Nos inside. And Middle has forged a 5-point lead, even though they haven't had a field goal in the last 2 minutes and 35 seconds. So I would expect to see them go right inside Nos on this play to get a basket. Tamia
Scott, a good third quarter. She's got 3 baskets in the third quarter. She's got the basketball right now. Kicks it to Gregory. Gregory being face guarded there by Gonzalez Planella. Drives, draws a double team, leaves it for Bouldereva, then hands it back to Gregory. Now Scott left wing, shot clock at 8. Tamia, there's the dribble drive to the basket off the glass. Wouldn't go, but she was fouled and will go to the line. Just got a sliver of daylight right there on the right side of the lane. Put it up off the glass, and she'll go to the line.
And oddly enough, that's one of those types of shots that she made in the first half.
Foul on Gonzalez Planella is her second. Team's 4th of the quarter. Tamia makes the first free throw. She's got 14.
Well, Tamia is one of those players that when she gets single-minded is really, really difficult, if not impossible, to keep from getting to the rim.
Missed the second free throw. Jacksonville State with a rebound. 39-33, Lady Raider lead. They're approaching 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Elsie Harris with the basketball, guarded by Blakely. Kicks it right wing to Barclay. Barclay dribbles to the top, left side of the lane, drives on Bouldereva, cut off. Now reverses to the right, still cut off. Reverses back to the left, can't do anything. Finally threw it back outside to Sanchez Ponce, who drives and kicks. Barnes back to Sanchez Ponce, puts up the jumper, got the front iron, no good. And the rebound to Tamia Scott.
Great defensive possession by Middle Tennessee. They just didn't allow any type of paint touch at all.
Tamia's 6th rebound of the game. 3:30 left in the quarter. Scott hesitates with the dribble, looking for Bouldereva. Now they're starting to double team her down inside. Nas kicks it back to the wing to Blakely. Blakely launches a 3, in and out, no good. Rebound, Bouldereva had it, saved it inside to Tamia Scott. Tamia drives, takes a 12-footer, off the glass, good.
I'm going to tell you something. Tamia Scott made an incredible play. She caught the ball, was driving, and then out of nowhere had an incredible crossover to create some space and knock that shot down.
She's got 16, largest lead for Middle Tennessee. Ball knocked out of bounds, I believe, by Savannah Davis. It'll stay with the Gamecocks.
Yeah, somebody tell Tamia her shoe's untied.
Yeah, it is, and her right shoe is untied. Jacksonville State looking to get it in. They do. In the lane, a little one-hander, no good. Ball tapped, no good. Rebound, Jalen Gregory from Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, Rhodes 0 for 6 from the floor. She can't buy one.
There's Jalen stepping into the 3. Back iron. It was dead on line, but too strong. Rebound to Harris for Jacksonville State.
Jacksonville State has not scored in 3 minutes and 15 seconds and counting.
Penetration in the kick to the corner. Sanchez Ponce lost it out of bounds. Well, this ball-hawking Lady Raider defense has elevated their game a little bit in quarter number 3.
Well, it starts with your one-on-one matchups. Jacksonville State is not getting any seams. They're not creating any help, and Middle can stay tied up on the perimeter shooters, and that's shutting down the Jacksonville State offense.
To me, a tighter shoe and drove, and is going to be called for a hold, I believe, and that's going to be on Rhodes, and that's her second. That should be free throws coming here now on team foul number 5.
Yeah, Jacksonville State really has no answer for that. It's just a basic ball screen, and Coach Pietri knows that as well. He's got to try to come up with some kind of plan to stop that, because if he doesn't, that's going to be rinse and repeat the remainder of the game.
Yep, and he's taking a 30-second timeout. It's interesting in the first, as Jacksonville State. Interesting in the first quarter, there was a period, or first quarter, maybe most of the first half, there was a period, Kyle, where it was just forcing the ball into Boulder Raven. That was the look. That was the look. Now the adjustment has been made. Jacksonville State starting to double down a little bit on Boulder Raven, and now Tamia Scott has begun to take over.
Well, as I said at halftime, if you had an anticipation that a double team was going to come from anywhere, it's going to come off of Courtney Blakely's matchup, and that's exactly what Jacksonville State has done. And that sort of slowed down Noss a little bit, but it has created some opportunity for Tamia Scott, and she's taken advantage of it.
Yeah, they've been dropping Elsie Harris back underneath Boulder Raven in that double team. Now Tamia going back to the line for 2 shots. 9 points in the third quarter, 16 for the game. I think we're ready to go, and we are. Scott at the line. First one, good. I think you said it best, Kyle. When she gets a single-mindedness of purpose, she can be a handful to deal with, and that's been the case in this third quarter. She makes both free throws. The lead at 10, first double-digit lead of the night, 43-33, 2:10 left in the quarter. Jacksonville State has been held to 3 third-quarter points. Bounce pass to Rhodes. They sag back off of her at the top of the key. She does not want to take that shot. Now she drives to the basket, goes up, blocked by Boulder Raven. And the loose ball is going to be knocked out of bounds. It'll go to Middle Tennessee. Oh, Nas just let her drive all the way in, Kyle, and just waited. Great position and rejected it. She's got at least 3 blocks in this game, maybe 4. Came in with 71 on the season. 1:45 left in the third quarter. Gregory, very quiet offensive night. That doesn't bother her defense at all. Jalen drives and kicks. Tamia for 3. Yes!
You better not leave that one open, and they did.
21 for Scott. 46-33. Middle Tennessee bolts out to a 13-point advantage on a 10-0 run. Sanchez Ponce crosses over, drives into the lane, runs up, throws one up over Boulder Raven, would not go. Loose ball, Scott doing everything. She pulls the rebound. Tamia leaves it. Oh, Boulder Raven running the floor and laid it in with the left hand.
Great touch pass over the top by Tamia Scott, and right now Jacksonville State with no answers and leaking a lot of gas.
Almost 5 minutes without a point for Jacksonville State. Middle Tennessee on a 12-0 run. There's the 3 that finally ends the scoring drought from Gonzalez Planella.
At that point, Jacksonville State was 0 for 6 until that shot goes down. Middle has been fantastic on the defensive end in this quarter.
48-36, Lady Raider lead. 35 seconds left in the quarter. Scott, they look for the slip screen down low, was not open that time. Tamia off the screen from Boulder Raven. Can't shoot. Gets it to Gregory. Jalen drives in the lane, scoops with the right hand, no good. Rebound Jacksonville State. Kind of forced that one, didn't have a great look.
Well, she's got to get her shoulder in on that defender and wall her off and then power the ball to the rim.
Game clock at 10, shot clock is off. Harris, there's the 3 this time that's no good. It died on the flange of the rim.
Plenty of time.
Boulder Raven gets it to Blakely with 2, with 1. Cab, it counts if it goes. It does not go, but was it a charge? I think they called a charging foul on Blakely. They did. Now the question I believe that Middle Tennessee will want to ask is, can you review to see if that foul occurred after the clock had expired? Right now, I think that's what they're going to do. They'll go over and take a look. to see if the clock had expired before the foul was called. An outstanding third quarter by Middle Tennessee. We'll update you on that when we come back. 48-36, Lady Raiders in front. This is Lady Raider basketball from Van Wagner.
When it comes to money, I'm a saver.
Me too. Though I can also be a bit of a spender.
Well, Ascend has got you both covered. With our interest-earning checking, you can
earn interest so I can save money for my beach trip?
Sure. And with our rewards checking, you can
get cash back for my purchases? Tap reward?
Yep. So no matter how you handle your money, Ascend Federal Credit Union has the right checking account for you. Interest-earning checking earns 3.56% annual percentage yield up to $15,000. Some restrictions apply.
Plan ahead and plan for success. Put Lee Company on your team for all your facility and home maintenance needs. They are proud to be an official partner of the MTSU Blue Raiders and have serviced homes and businesses for 80 years. For the very best heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical services, call Lee Company at 615-867-1000. Visit them at leecompany.com or call 615-867-1000.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
The Blue Raiders are on News Radio WGNS.
Well, after they reviewed the video, they decided that, in fact, the foul on Blakely did occur before the clock had expired. They put 0.2 of a second back on the clock, gave Jacksonville State the basketball. All they could do was inbound it, trigger the final 0.2 of a second, and now we're in the break between quarters 3 and 4. 20-6, Middle Tennessee wins that third quarter. Tremendous defense, Kyle. Really, and Tamia Scott just elevated her game and took over.
Yeah, she did, and I thought it all started on the defensive end. I mean, there was no space available for Jacksonville State. We guarded the ball at a high level, and again, when they couldn't find seams, there is no penetrating pitch. Obviously, Jacksonville State has no interior game to speak of.
Right.
So when you knock out those three-point shots, there's no place to go get points. And then Middle was taking defense and turning it into offense. A couple of transition baskets, but like you said, I thought Tamia Scott was outstanding in that third quarter.
She was terrific. She has 21 points. She scored 14 in the third quarter. Murfreesboro Medical Clinic and Surgery Center, the official medical group of MTSU Athletics, proudly keeping Murfreesboro healthy since 1949. I love this, and I know you do as a coach. I love seeing teams, not just this Middle Tennessee team, but see teams that make an adjustment, that go into the locker room, things aren't going well, and you come out and do something different and make a change and turn your fortunes around.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and it's one of those types of things that all coaches are constantly trying to do. You hope that change comes to fruition, and in that case, obviously has for the Lady Raiders, because you put the ball in Tamia Scott's hands and just say, go make plays. And that's one of the things that Tamia can do. And sometimes that's really what he goes back to, is not running sets, but just sticking with your offense and going, okay, go take over the game. And that's exactly what she's done.
Yep, points in the paint, 26-6 in favor of Middle Tennessee. Points off turnovers, 69 in favor of the Lady Raiders. And again, a 20-6 run in that third quarter to build this lead to 12. And now Middle Tennessee inbounds. They move left to right as we begin the fourth quarter. Trying to improve to 9-1 in Conference USA. Scott kicks it out to Blakely. Blakely drives to the basket. That's a charging foul, I believe, on Cab. That's going to be her fourth. That was a close one because the defender coming in, I'm not sure got totally there. In fact, didn't get there. Elsie Hare, I just looked at the replay. She wasn't squared up, but they got the call on that one. So now Blakely on the bench with 4 fouls. Savannah Davis, who made a couple of three-pointers in the first half, is in the game. Harris with the bounce pass to Rhodes. They sag back off of her. She's on the perimeter, does not want to shoot from out there. Drives to the left side of the lane, cut off by Boulder Raven. Now reverses to the right, kicks it out to the wing. Harris for a three that's good. Elsie Harris. Well, you don't want to get their head up now. You've got them down 9, but the three-pointers fell with abandon in that first half.
Well, and it's so strange the way Jacksonville State does it. They give it to their post players, and they go dribble around in the paint. And that's a difficult way to have to defend.
Scott's short jumper won't go. Transition long-range three that's no good. Rebound to Mia Scott. That might have been a step out of Sarik's range.
Well, but again, 82% of her shots are three-point shots, so there is no she's out of her range. You got to get out there.
She's in the building.
Yeah.
Gregory off the screen. Really had a difficult time offensively. They haven't given her any looks at all. Lob to Boulder Raven. She's about 10 feet away. Worked a little bit closer, but forced it up no good. Rebound Harris racing down for Jacksonville State. Harris leaves it for the trailer, Sarik. Now outside, Rhodes will take the 17-footer short. Long rebound. They hustle for the loose ball. Harris gets it for the Gamecocks. Harris double-teamed on the baseline to Sarik. Runs and kicks to the far corner. Three from the left corner is good.
Well,
that's Gonzalez-Planella.
They've made a living off that play. That little baseline drift, and they just have knocked down shots, and don't look now. They've cut it to 6.
Here they come, back-to-back threes.
They won't go away.
8 minutes left to play. Gregory running the point right now with Blakely on the bench with 4 fouls. To Boulder Raven, to Scott, to Mia. That's got to be a foul. He finally called it. It was a blocking foul on Rhodes. That's her third. So Shaquise May will check back in now for the Gamecocks, replacing Sanchez Ponce. Also Barclay in, replacing Rhodes. And Blakely's going to check in now for Davis.
Well, we should have a decided post-up advantage with Alina Enrique going up against Sarek.
Sarek is 6'2". Alina really hasn't looked to score that much recently. Gregory back out to Alina, top of the key.
Well,
to Blakely.
If you run your Utah offense, you're going to get that post interchange.
Blakely, there's the skip inside to Boulder Raven. Laid it up good and was fouled. That's a little give and go. She broke to the basket and finished it through the contact. 16.
Yeah, just basic pick and roll basketball. She comes off the ball screen and a really nice pass by Cap, touch pass over the top. Nas keeps it high, catches it, scores it.
Foul on Barclay is her second. Team's second of the quarter. And that ended the little mini run for Jacksonville State. Now Boulder Raven with 16 points at the line. And she nails the free throw. So Nas with 17.6 rebounds tonight. 51-42, Lady Raider lead. Handoff to May, guarded by Scott in Middle Tennessee's man-to-man. May tries to penetrate into the lane, leaves it for the top. 16-foot jumper is good by Asia Barclay, her first points.
Matter of fact, that's one of the first times that Jacksonville State has made that shot all night long.
51-44, Lady Raider lead, approaching 7 minutes left to play. Middle Tennessee trailed by 2 at intermission. Scott, 15-foot jumper, good.
And that's what
great rhythm.
That's what makes Tamia Scott so difficult to defend, is that you're worried so much about her getting to the rim, and then she just stops on a dime, goes straight up and drills it.
And timeout taken by Rick Insel. And I've seen this a lot too. Coaches, I've talked to some coaches about it too, who like to take a timeout right after a make. And instead of only taking it when you're in some kind of difficulty, they like to take it in this situation.
Well, number one, you go into that huddle on a positive. So you're upbeat, and now's a really good time to have a teaching point or points as far as your defense is concerned. Here's where we need to make a little bit of an adjustment, because right now we've got a 9-point lead. So you change and you sort of cover the three-point shooting more so than anything else. And what happens inside the arc happens inside the arc.
23 points for Tamia Scott tonight. Boulder Raven was 17. And that's been primarily the offense tonight. On the other side, really nice game for Clara Gonzalez-Planella off the bench for Jacksonville State with 17 points. She is 5 of 8 from three-point range tonight.
But when you look down the line, she's got no help.
Yep.
She has no help whatsoever. And, you know, it's pretty unusual in college basketball to see a team that doesn't have a double-figure score. And so many teams that we play in the conference have
3 or 4. That's right.
And they have none.
Rhodes is their leading scorer with 9.6 average. She is scoreless tonight.
Yeah, matter of fact,
0 for 8 from the field.
She's had a rough night.
Yep, she has. She has struggled. She had a rough night in Jacksonville against Middle Tennessee.
Well, it's a tough matchup for her because she's going up against Nas, so she's expending a lot of energy early on defensively, and just Nas's presence, I think, gives her a lot of cause for pause when she's shooting the ball.
Middle Tennessee on the night, 16 of 47 from the field. Excuse me, that's Jacksonville State, 16 of 47 for 34%, 11 of 25 from three-point range. So, again, more than half of their field goal attempts tonight have been from outside the arc. Middle Tennessee, 20 of 43 from the field, 46%. Only 3 of 13 from three-point range for the night. One of the real keys now, Middle Tennessee 10 of 13 from the line. Jacksonville State's only 1 for 2.
Yeah, and I think, again, when you go back and you look at what's going on outside the arc and inside the arc, Jacksonville State 11 of 25 from three-point line, but inside that arc, only 5 of 22. And that pretty well tells the story so far.
After the timeout, Jacksonville State's basketball, 6:50 left to play. Middle Tennessee leading 53-44. Barclay holding it above her head, now dribbles with the left hand to the left side of the lane. Caught off by Bouldereva, tries to reverse back to the right. Cross pass to Harris, her 15-foot jumper, back rim no good. Tamia Scott another rebound. Avoided the back slap from behind on the defender, brings it up court on her own. And now she'll get it to Blakely. Now back to Tamia, left wing. Scott being guarded by Sarich, takes the three. Tamia nails another one. Oh, my goodness.
Once again, you've got a scenario where you're so worried about her playing off the bounce. That's all you're thinking about, and then she just raises up and knocks down that three.
26 for Tamia Scott. 56-44, Lady Raider lead. Barclay, again, going to try to dribble to that left side of the lane and reverse. Look for the kick out to the wing. It's not open. Now sends it to the corner to Harris. Harris being chased by Blakely. Can't play him before fouls. Harris with the dribble, kicks it outside. Barkley's jumper's an air ball and a shot clock violation. That's at least 3 air balls tonight.
Yeah, and like I said, Jacksonville State does something really unique. They get it to a player, many times their post, and they just go dribble around in the paint. So you're having to invert how you would normally defend, which is sort of difficult to do because it's out of your rhythm.
It's very unusual, it is. Middle Tennessee with the ball, 5:38 left to play. Scott, who's had a big second half. There's the lob into Bouldereva and a foul as Nas was trying to go up and make the catch. I think they're going to get Barkley on a hold, and it will be on Asia Barkley. That's her third.
Yeah, I'm glad for the foul there. That probably was not the wisest choice from Jalen Gregory there.
Jalen's had a difficult night. Only 1 for 4 from the field, a couple of points. Blakely up top to Bouldereva. Right wing to Tamia Scott. Now back up top to Blakely. Shot clock at 7. Cab drives, little step back, and that's going to be an offensive foul.
That's number 5.
That's number 5 on Blakely. So she fouls out with 5 points tonight. She'll sit down, and that means you're going to see Savannah Davis. We have not seen Jada Harrison yet. Thought we might, still might, on this stretch run. 5:15 left to play. Thornsberry has checked in now for Jacksonville State. She has the basketball. Handoff now to May. May cut off on the drive. Works a little closer. Kicks it to the top of the key. 17-footer no good. Scott with another rebound for Tamia. That is number 11 in her double-double tonight. So Scott now with, I believe, 7 career double-doubles. 4:45 left to play. Enrique to Scott, top of the key. Tamia's done everything in this second half. Dribbles to the lane, scoops and draws the foul. I mean, she's just been unstoppable inside and out here in this second half.
Her crossover has been deadly.
Yes, it has. So now free throws coming for Scott with 4:34 left to play. Sanchez Ponce returns for the Gamecocks.
And she is so good off the dribble that for the most part you have to live with the three that she made, the pull-up two, because if you try to crowd her at all, she's by you.
Yep. And Tamia makes both free throws. Continuing her great night, 28 points, 21 in this second half. 58-44, Middle Tennessee's largest lead of the night. Shot up and under, rejected by Boulder Ava. Into the hands of Gregory. Nas has about a half a dozen blocked shots tonight, at least. Gregory, bounce pass Enrique. Approaching 4 minutes left to play. Scott drives baseline, can't shoot. Back out to Boulder Ava. Shot clock at 10, jumper taken, no good. Rebound taken away by Jacksonville State. That rolled all over the iron, but just eased its way out. In case you're wondering, tonight is a career high for Tamia Scott point-wise. That's 28. Sariq with the basketball at the top of the key, 10 on the shot clock. Drives on Enrique, kicks to the wing. Thornsberry's jumper is no good. Rebound Boulder Ava with a board. And for Nas, that is her 8th. 17 points, 8 rebounds for Boulder Ava. Now you can be very patient on offense with 3:20 left to play, leading by 14. Scott looking for the entry pass. It was not open. Goes to Enrique. Skips it to Davis in the corner. Savannah steps into the three. No good. Rebound. Enrique got a hand on it. Couldn't secure it. Sanchez Ponce comes the other way. Going to drive on Tamia Scott. That's a mistake. Rejected away. Oh, why would you even try that? That ball never got out of her hands.
No. And pretty well when she started driving, we all knew what was getting ready to happen as well.
58-44. Gregory with the dribble. Up top, Enrique. Left side, Savannah Davis. She's going to fire another three and nails it, her third of the night.
Ball screen and roll and fill her from that weak side. Just such a simple play. And Savannah Davis comes off loaded to fire and kills it.
And she has been encouraged in practice over and over again. You're on the court to take that shot.
Shoot the ball.
61-44, Lady Raider lead. 3 at the other end is way off. Rebound, another one for Tamia. That is number 12 for her. Scott with the basketball. 2:10 left to play. The final score will not maybe indicate how difficult this one really was early on. The lob to Boulder Ava inside. Stripped away, loose ball taken away by the Gamecocks. She was trying to dribble a little bit closer. Sariq runs to the basket, puts one up high off the glass softly, and makes the basket. And timeout taken by Jacksonville State. And I think it's a 30-second timeout. No, it's going to be a full timeout. We'll take it as well with 1:53 left to play. Middle Tennessee leading 61-46. This is Lady Raider basketball from Van Wagner.
Plan ahead and plan for success. Put Lee Company on your team for all your facility and home maintenance needs. They are proud to be an official partner of the MTSU Blue Raiders and have serviced homes and businesses for 80 years. For the very best heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical services, call Lee Company at 615-867-1000. Visit them at leecompany.com or call 615-867-1000.
The MTSU Alumni Association is proud of its more than 130,000 living alumni who are leading, teaching, entertaining, researching, flying, farming, nursing, and more worldwide. Every Blue Raider accomplishment adds value to your degree. Are you connected to the MTSU National Alumni Association? Visit mtalumni.com to share what you're doing. Update your information and see how you can be involved and informed. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
How do you create a tradition of leadership? You power it with impressive towing and hauling, sharpen it with smart features like a mobile generator, and dominate the game 48 years straight. That's Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, a legacy of excellence. Only at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Available features. See Owner's Manual for important operating instructions based on 1977 to 2024 total sales.
Rutherford County's MTSU station, News Radio WGNS.
Well, after the timeout, Jacksonville State puts on a full-court press and forces the turnover. They have the basketball with 1:38 left to play. Going to have to play with some desperation now if the Gamecocks want a shot to get back in this. Shot kick to the wing. Sanchez Ponce's three is short. Rebound, Tamia Scott had it for a moment. Lost it to Bouldereva. It kicked off of her shoe but went right to Nas. And Gregory going to calm it down with 1:20 left to play. Middle Tennessee trailed by 2 at halftime. They have held Jacksonville State to 16 second-half points. Davis, open three, short. Rebound, Jacksonville State, taken by Barnes. Sariq, long three, way off the mark. Loose ball, there's Tamia Scott with another rebound. She's done everything in the second half, and we are in the final minute. This is going to be one that falls into the hard-earned category, but to defend the home turf, nice second-half turnaround.
Yeah, grinders aren't all bad.
Yep. Scott, step-back jumper by Tamia. My goodness.
Have a night.
Oh, my goodness, she's got 30.
Have a night.
Oh, and I just looked over at the Middle Tennessee bench, and Matt Insel just kind of looked over at Tom Hodges and went, well, that's pretty good right there.
Good call. Good call.
18 seconds left. Sariq drives on Enrique, puts it up, blocked by Bouldereva, out of bounds. Nas, at the last break, had 4 blocked shots. I think she's got at least 2 more now, but 63-46, 13.8 seconds to play. Inbound to Sanchez Ponce for Jacksonville State. Turns, spins, missed the layup. Rebound, Tamia Scott. It would be appropriate for Tamia to dribble the time away and finish this game with that basketball in her hands.
Well, sometimes it's just as simple as we had Tamia Scott and they didn't. And tonight she took over.
Oh, in the second half she was absolutely incredible and finished with a career-high 30 points. Middle Tennessee 63, Jacksonville State 46. With the win, the Lady Raiders 17-6 and 9-1 in Conference USA. They take the sweep of the series with the Gamecocks this season. We'll take a break, go through it, the postgame show right after this. This is Lady Raider basketball from Van Wagner.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has taken its flavor to the next level. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test, starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
When it comes to money, I'm a saver.
Me too. Though I can also be a bit of a spender.
Well, Ascend has got you both covered. With our interest-earning checking, you can
earn interest so I can save money for my beach trip?
Sure. And with our rewards checking, you can
get cash back for my purchases? Tap reward?
Yep. So no matter how you handle your money, Ascend Federal Credit Union has the right checking account for you. Interest-earning checking earns 3.56% annual percentage yield up to $15,000. Some restrictions apply.
Not feeling well and need to see a doctor? Find the care you need now at Ascension St. Thomas. We're here with 24/7 ER care, same-day care, and walk-in urgent care for broken bones, sprains, allergies, sore throats, and more. Visit ascension.org/St. Thomas Care to get the right care at the right place at the right time. Serving Middle Tennessee State University, Murfreesboro, and surrounding communities.
Smith dribbles to the top of the key and lets it fly, and it's no good. Oh, but wait, he was fouled. They'll have another chance to win. Hey, you know what this reminds me of, Bob?
The game against State last year?
Nope, the bonus scratch instant games from the Tennessee Lottery. They give you 2 chances to win, one on the front of the ticket and one on the back.
Okay, that's random.
Play the Bonus Scratch Instant Games today for your chance at up to $500,000. The Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Looking for the ultimate hangout spot? Head to Cedar Glade Brews. With 12 taps and over 100 bottles and cans, we've got craft beer, seltzer, mead, kombucha, cider, non-alcoholic, and craft soda for everyone. We're family and dog-friendly, featuring food trucks, live music, and trivia nights. Plus, you can book our space for private events inside or on our spacious patio.
Blue Raider fans enjoy a Cedar Glade brew in the Murphy's Center Beer Garden.
Purveyors of foamy goodness, Cedar Glade Brews, where great times and good vibes await.
Blue Raider fans, Lightning's Locker Room, powered by Textbook Brokers, is the place to get your Blue Raider gear. Open Monday through Friday from 8 to 6 and Saturday 10 to 4. Lightning's Locker Room is just across the street from Floyd Stadium at 1321 Greenland Drive. It has all the MT polos, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and all the other game day gear you'll ever need. See the selection online at mtsugear.com or in Murphy Center on game days. Lightning's Locker Room, the official game day provider, powered by Textbook Brokers.
Lady Raider Game Day continues, and we have you covered with a full recap on the Exit Realty postgame show. Today's Lady Raider postgame show is presented by Exit Realty, Bob Lamb and Associates, and agents Brad Hopkins, Richard Lewis, Tim Page, and Chip Walters. The Lady Raider postgame show is also sponsored by Window World of Murfreesboro, the official window and exterior remodeling company of Blue Raider Athletics. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, official team physicians for Blue Raider Athletics. Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Ascension St. Thomas Rutherford, the official hospital partner for MTSU Athletics. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. And by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Once again, here's the voice of the Lady Raiders, Joe Fisher.
After trailing by 2 at halftime, Middle Tennessee puts on a tremendous third quarter and second half, led by a career night by Tamia Scott, as she scored 30 points to lead the Lady Raiders to a 63-46 win over Jacksonville State. With the win, Middle Tennessee stays atop Conference USA at 9-1, and Jacksonville State falls to 3-7 overall. Joe Fisher, along with Kyle Turdham, will be joined by a player of the game, and Coach Insel will join us as well. Halftime, it was a 2-point game. Kyle, Jacksonville State was 7 for 16 from three-point range in that first half. But coming out in the third quarter, Middle Tennessee, as they've done so many times recently in this season, doubled down on their defense, rode that into transition, and Tamia Scott just took this game over in the third quarter.
Well, there's a reason why Middle Tennessee is number 7 in the country in scoring defense, and they're number 2 in the country in field goal percentage defense. That's what we hang our hat on. And even in the first half, it being what it was, the way we played defense in the second half basically gave Jacksonville State no breathing room whatsoever. Their ability to penetrate and pitch just dried up. Wasn't there. And they had no interior scoring. They had no perimeter scoring. We were limiting them to one shot max. They weren't getting offensive rebounds, and it sort of ignited us offensively in terms of transition. Obviously, Noss continued to play well, but Tamia Scott went space age in the second half.
Atmos Energy is delighted to sponsor the Blue Raiders and fuel homes and business in Middle Tennessee with affordable, efficient, and reliable natural gas for today and generations to come. Natural gas is the smart choice for fueling our energy future. We'll take a break, come back, visit with our player of the game, and more on the post-game show right after this. This is Lady Raider basketball from Van Wagner.
How do you create a tradition of leadership? You power it with impressive towing and hauling, sharpen it with smart features like a mobile generator, and dominate the game 48 years straight. That's Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, a legacy of excellence, only at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Available features. See Owner's Manual for important operating instructions based on 1977 to 2024 total sales.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
Today's game is brought to you in part by proud partners of Blue Raider Athletics, Grannis & Associates, certified public accountants. They provide a full range of tax preparation, accounting, and bookkeeping services for both business and individual needs. That's Grannis & Associates. Give them a call at 615-895-1040 or visit Grannis & Associates online at gcpas.com.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Middle Tennessee a winner tonight over Jacksonville State, 63-46. Time now for our Built Ford Tough player of the game. Kyle, any guess who that might be?
No, I've been going down the stat sheet trying to figure out who it was going to be, and thought it was a really tough call. Could have been about 4 or 5 different players, but then you look down there and see this 30 and 14. I thought it was pretty obvious.
It's going to be, to me, a Scott. Yeah, visit buyfordnow.com for all Ford makes and models, because the best trucks are built Ford tough. Career night for you. Congratulations. Take us through. Let me make sure your mic's on. People are going to want to hear you. There you go. Okay, there we go. Take us through halftime and then whatever transpired to sort of turn things around in the third quarter.
In the first half, we weren't really making the right decisions, and we had a lot of turnovers, just uncharacteristic. Second half, we just came back out. We played more like ourselves, moved the ball a little bit more, read the defense a lot better. That's it, really. You really,
and Kyle and I were talking about this team hangs its hat on its defense. And you guys, when you get that defense locked in, it also leads into your transition and offense, doesn't it?
Yes, our defense is what fuels our offense, and also rebounding. Rebounding and defense are two, really, really big keys to get us going on the offensive side.
Well, first of all, I need you to write down everything you did all day today, and also what you did at halftime, and we're going to sell it and make some money off it, okay? But seriously, I mean, what an incredible second half. And, I use a phrase, single-minded. When you come off and get downhill, you get really single-minded, and I haven't seen anybody that has the ability to stop you yet. And yet you saw some other shots become available because of that ability to get downhill. You have the wide-open three where they're worried about the drive. Mm-hmm. You have a couple of the pull-up shots there at about the 15-foot range where they're trying desperately to trying to find a way to cut you off at the rim, and you just put both feet down, raise up, and knock that down. And, to be a 3-level scorer like you are is really, really impressive. But what about the 14 rebounds? Is that a career high?
I think it is. It is, actually. Career high rebounds and points tonight. It was just a really big emphasis in the locker room. They were out rebounding us, I think, by 3 or 4 at halftime. Mm-hmm. So we just went back out, and I went to the boards. I just got every ball I could.
14 rebounds ties your career high.
Oh,
yeah, so it matches that.
Okay.
What's it feel like to be in a situation where the shots are starting to go, and you feel it now, and the confidence has got to grow? Mm-hmm. What's it like to see the ball go like that?
Does that rim look like a hula hoop?
Yeah, I mean, every shot that I took in the second half, I thought it was going in. I'm like, this is going in. So, I mean, that has a lot to do with it actually. Yeah. It's just work. I mean, I'm in the gym constantly, so I shoot those shots 100 times before I do in the game.
Yeah, a lot of people just don't understand the number of hours that you spend outside of practice, outside of games, before games, after games. I mean, the reps.
And not even in the gym, just thinking about it when you're at home, on the bus, just always in your head.
Right.
It was a lot of fun. Tell us what the halftime was like. I mean, this is a team that doesn't panic, obviously, but what was the mood in the locker room like?
I mean, it was we knew what we had to do better, and it was just kind of, you need to do this better, you need to do that better, and hearing that isn't fun, but, we just came back out, we tried to keep the energy up, and we did.
And you did, absolutely.
Yep.
Congratulations. Great job tonight.
Thank you.
Career night for Tamia Scott, 30 points, 14 rebounds, 7th career double-double, and Middle Tennessee's win. We'll take a break, come back, visit with Coach Insel and more right after this. This is Lady Raider basketball from Van Wagner.
Not feeling well and need to see a doctor? Find the care you need now at Ascension St. Thomas. We're here with 24/7 ER care, same-day care, and walk-in urgent care for broken bones, sprains, allergies, sore throats, and more. Visit ascension.org/St. Thomas Care to get the right care at the right place at the right time. Serving Middle Tennessee State University, Murfreesboro, and surrounding communities.
Roscoe Brown is proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company for over 80 years. Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name for heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders.
Roscoe Brown. RoscoeBrown.com.
RJ Young is no longer just your office copier supplier. We are now helping you create the modern office. Our cutting-edge solutions cover security systems, business phones, managed IT, and AV technology for your organization. We've teamed up with world-class partners to save you more through building services, and our U.S.-based specialists are your personal coaches, making sure you always have the highest degree of personalization.
How do you create a tradition of leadership? You power it with impressive towing and hauling, sharpen it with smart features like a mobile generator, and dominate the game 48 years straight. That's Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, a legacy of excellence, only at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Available features. See Owner's Manual for important operating instructions based on 1977 to 2024 total sales.
WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Nice second half rally tonight in Murphy Center. Middle Tennessee defeats Jacksonville State 63-46. We're joined by Lady Raider head coach Rick Insel. You told me before the game this was probably not going to be anything like that first game was in Jacksonville, and you were right.
Well, they've got a good team. They're well coached. Rick does a heck of a job, and we knew that they had 3 or 4 young ladies that could shoot the heck out of threes, and we just did a poor job of rotating and covering those players the first half. They got, some of them were open looks and some of them were not open looks, but it didn't matter. The ball still went in. I think they were like 7-9 first half, something like that. So that's hard. No matter how many points you score on the other end, you're still going to be one down. You're not hitting threes too. But I thought our players came back out the second half. Cab and Gregory and Tamia all really got up in them playing a man defense. And then, Nas went to work in there blocking shots. How many blocks did Nas have?
They officially gave her 6 tonight.
Yeah, I would probably say 6 blocks and maybe altered about another 6.
There's no doubt,
But when we finally got the key to that, and quit giving help, we were trying to give Nas help. And that's what we do. Excuse me. When we come off of that and Nas began handling everything in the lane, then we were able to do a pretty good job defensively. I thought Savannah, she got set up, a freshman. She got set up on that far wing over there as a freshman one time, and that's fine. But you can't get set up again. Yeah. You got to be smart enough, and she is, to not go under that screen and get out there and have a hand on that shot.
Well, we'll talk about Tamia in a moment, but when you hold a team to 6 points in a quarter, you're living on your defense, and then your defense leads to your offense accelerating.
Well, I thought Cab came back in the second half and did a good job distributing the ball. Didn't try to do too much. And that's what we need. You know, she don't try to do too much. And she's great defensively, but sometimes, you know, she gets a little bit in a hurry, and, you know, she don't need to do that. But she knows. I'm telling you right now, I'm glad I got her, though.
Oh,
yeah. I'd hate for her to be guarding me, to be honest with you, because she's going to play defense 94 feet.
Yep.
And that's what she does. And that's why she gets in foul trouble, because she's out there playing defense 94 feet.
I mean, statistically, when you look at us nationally from a defensive perspective, you rank in the top 10 in the country in 3 categories: scoring defense, field goal percentage defense, and then obviously blocks per game. And it's refreshing, to be honest with you, to have players come in that all can score points in bunches, but they tie things up on the defensive end and put so much pride and so much effort in that, because in the third quarter in particular, they had no driving lanes. They had, you know, with no driving lanes, there's no penetrate pitches, and basically we just shut them completely out, and it started with that attitude.
Well, again, our best defensive player on the perimeter is Jalen. Jalen does a tremendous job. Cal, she does a lot of good too, but she's gambling the whole time. Which I don't have a problem with that, because most of the time in her gambling, she's getting a deflection.
Yep.
And she's quick enough to get back in position. And then you got Tamia, which I thought tonight did a good job playing defense. So I thought tonight might have been Tamia's best job on the defensive end also. Not only did she outscore everybody in the gym, but she was able to play good defense, and then got 14 rebounds.
14 boards, yep.
You know, it's what I've told her before. Once you get to that place where once you get above that line, there's nobody there. You don't want to go back where everybody's at. Tonight, she might have got above that line. We'll see about that Saturday and the rest of the season. But she's got that kind of potential to do that. And, you know, that's what we got to get out of her every night. And some nights she comes not ready to play. And still gets, you know, 14, 15 points. But tonight, they had to guard her. And they had to use everybody that had to guard her.
Well, and we talk so much, too, about her ability to score at 3 levels. It all starts with her ability to put the ball on the floor. But then when you start worrying about her driving, she makes a 3-point shot in front of the bench where they're worried about the drive first. Then she's coming off the ball screen, turning the corner, and they're rushing to get ahead of her, and she just stops on a dime, jumps up, and knocks shots down. Her ability to score at 3 levels is uncanny.
Well, when I saw that when we were recruiting, you know, she come off Tom's bench, Flight's bench, and she was better than anybody that he was playing. But when she came off the bench, you know, I was kind of glad she was on the bench, because that meant I had a better chance of recruiting her and getting her, and we got her. But, you know, she's amazing when she wants to turn it on.
It was, and Tamia said in the locker room at halftime, she said, we heard some things we didn't want to hear. You don't want to be told, but we knew what we had to do.
Well, it really wasn't loud in there. It was just the fact that, hey, we're not rotating. And we're not getting, and we don't need to give help on this shooter on Nas. Is where she's at, and we pointed it out on the boards, and that was what we really got into was the defensive rotations. And we come back out, and they hooked into it because they only got 6 points.
Well, you know, and I think really the first half was a good thing for us, because it forced us to get refocused rather than going out and having a 50-point win, similar to the win that you had down there, where you cruise and you really don't get anything out of it. You know, you got the girls reinvested at halftime, and then the second half you saw when you get invested what you can be.
There's no doubt about it, Kyle, no doubt about it. And, you know, I thought Davis had a good game tonight.
Yes, I
know
agree.
we've hit on it, but Davis had a good game tonight. 3 for 5.
Yep.
And we was trying to go back to her. But that's all that's going to do is open up Jalen and open up Tamia when she starts putting the ball in the hole. And I'll tell you what she'll do now. She may make a mistake or two on defense, but she'll put her nose in there and go get a rebound.
Yep.
She's a little bitty thing, but she gets in there and worms around and gets those rebounds some way or another. I don't know how.
Yep. Finally, you mentioned to me a moment ago rebounding. You've been kind of harping on that all year, trying to get her, and it sort of gradually started to get now 6 boards, 7 boards, 8 boards, and every once in a while, and now she gets 14
The
tonight.
other teams that we play better hope that she doesn't keep doing that.
Yeah.
Because that's really dominant. When you go in there and you're getting double-double, that's an Ebony Road type thing, you know. So I'm really proud that she had that game tonight.
Proud of the team.
Yeah, she's got the ability to be as complete of a player as has been here in terms of her ability to score, ability to rebound, ability to play defense on the ball, ability to block shots. The list just goes on and on.
No doubt about it, Kyle. No doubt about it.
Well,
but, again, she's got a good supporting cast. You just can't fall off and not guard the others. When she was coming around that corner, they didn't give help because Jalen Gregory standing there.
Right.
On the other corner, they couldn't give help because you had little Davis standing there. So, even though you have a great night, you still got to pat your teammates on the back because if you didn't have those people, and then inside you got Nos in there.
Yeah, Nos on the roll.
Yeah, on the roll in there, and so it's you got to have good teammates with you. That's how you recruit to Middle Tennessee. You're going to come and play with some great players, and you're going to get it. You're not going to be here and be the only one here. You're just going to be one of the boys. It'll be up to you to step through that.
Well, quick turnaround now for Kennesaw State on Saturday.
Well, Kennesaw State is a good team. They played us much like this team did when we played down there. You were there, Joe. And I think we had our mind on the weather a little bit that night.
Yep.
But still, they've got a pretty good basketball team. How did they do with Western? Anybody know?
I have not heard yet. Western won
by what?
Pretty comfortably, by 20, I think.
Okay. So we'll just have to take it from there.
Yep. Well, let's get it done.
All right, guys. Hey, we appreciate you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Coach Insel with us after that 63-46 win over Jacksonville State. We'll come back, go through the final stats for you, and wrap it up in just a moment. This is Lady Raider basketball from Van Wagner.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Murphy Center. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member services. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit MTE.com to learn more. And about that scoreboard, well, light it up, Blue Raiders.
At State Farm, when home and auto work as a team, you score and save money. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let's work together to win big by saving money on home and auto. With the service you get from State Farm, you might think our car insurance costs more. I'm State Farm agent Andy Wama. Give me a call at 615-890-0850 and let me show you with discounts up to 40%. You may find it even costs less.
With the game on the line and the shot clock winding down, the Blue Raiders pass the ball to the most proven player on the floor to make the game winner. As the Nashville area's proven John Deere equipment dealer and proud sponsor of Middle Tennessee basketball, Tri-Green Equipment is wide open and ready to make the game-winning play for your property season after season. Stop by in-store today or visit us online at trigreen.com. Go Blue Raiders.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
The Exit Realty postgame show brought to you by Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates and agents Brad Hopkins, Chip Walters, Richard Lewis, and Tim Page, the #1 producing Exit Realty office in the United States. Find them online at exitmurfreesboro.com. Middle Tennessee a winner tonight, 63-46. And I think we just heard a few moments ago, Louisiana Tech edged Liberty tonight, which means at this moment, Middle Tennessee is in sole possession of first place in Conference USA. Let's take a look at the final stats. Tonight, Middle Tennessee, 23 of 49 from the field, just under 47%, 5 of 17 from three-point range, 29%, 12 of 15 from the line tonight for 80%. That's something that got lost in all this, is Middle Tennessee, because of the style of play and because of Jacksonville's style of play, they don't get to the free throw line very much at all. And tonight, Middle Tennessee outscores them by 11 at the free throw line. Jacksonville State 17 of 59, so once again holding an opponent below 30% from the field tonight. 11 of 29 from three-point range for the Gamecocks, but they hit 7 of those in the first half. Cooled off significantly, and the defense picked up in the second half. And again, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Blue Raiders collected 39 rebounds tonight, ended up winning the rebounding category. And each Lady Raider rebound brought to you by Window World of Murfreesboro, as America's most trusted remodeler. Window World and their lifetime warranty will always be there when it really matters. Visit windowworldmurfreesboro.com for a free quote today. Window World of Murfreesboro, the official window provider of Blue Raider athletics. Key team stats, Middle Tennessee, 12 assists, 16 turnovers, 9 steals, 7 block shots, 6 by Nas, 1 big one by Tabia there in that second half. For Jacksonville State, 10 assists, 14 turnovers, 7 steals, and no block shots. Points in the paint, 28-10 in favor of the Lady Raiders. Points off turnovers turned up to be pretty even, 16-14 in favor of Middle Tennessee. And bench points, 31-9 in favor of Jacksonville State. That's no surprise. They score a lot off their bench all the time.
Yeah, they do. And, I think going back and looking at this game, I just really like the way that we went about it methodically. We established Nas immediately, and that really became the barometer of where we went from there. And we forced Jacksonville State to try to adjust to that, to figure out how to deal with Nas. And at that point, to me, Scott obviously just took over the floor, and lost in this is the fact that Nas still had 17 points.
Absolutely, yep.
Just overshadowed obviously by the double-double with Tamia at 30 and 14. But, Coach Ensel's right. I mean, it's a complete effort just having the right personnel on the floor, shooters in the corners, a driver in the middle, a nice post player rolling who's either going to catch it on the post or on the toss over the top, and, boy, that's hard to deal with.
It's a good combo. It sure is. Individually, of course, Tamia Scott, a career-high 30 points tonight. She scored, I think, 23 of those in the second half.
That's correct, 23.
30 points. Also tied her career high with 14 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block shot, 11 of 16 from the field, 2 for 3 from three-point range, 6 for 8 from the line, played all 40 minutes. The only player in the game to play all 40 minutes tonight for either team.
We talked in the pregame show that this was a game about playing to a standard. And to be perfectly honest, we didn't play to that standard in the first half. Now, I'm going to give Jacksonville State some credit for that as well. They came in with a good game plan. They executed that game plan to a high level. We got refocused at halftime, and we certainly played to that standard in the second half. And the reality of it is this, and this is not arrogance, this is just a fact. If we play to our standard, I think we're a really, really difficult team to beat, particularly in this league, and I think this is a team that could make some noise in the NCAA tournament.
Boulder Raven tonight just missed her 21st career double-double, 17 points and 9 rebounds on 7 of 14 from the field. Also 6 blocks, and now 77 block shots on the season as she continues to add to her school record total of well over 200. She's approaching 300 blocks now in her career.
Then the great thing about Nas that I think is overshadowed a little bit, you'd have to go back, and obviously I don't get a chance to go on all the road games, but she doesn't get in a tremendous amount of foul trouble.
Not often, yep.
And I think that speaks volumes to, her patience, using her length to her advantage. Things of that nature. So to be that prolific of a shot blocker and not get into foul trouble any more than she does is a pretty special quality as well.
Savannah Davis was the 3rd leading scorer tonight for Middle Tennessee. She was 3 for 5 from three-point range with 9 points, and her confidence just continues to grow really on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, and I think truthfully for her, I mean, she's one of those, and young players are this way. Their defense is going to follow their offense. If she shoots and makes that first shot, which she did, you see her take it to another level. Now, as you mature, your offense follows your defense. But as she's still learning right now, the thing that I like best about Savannah tonight and want to see this every night is she's catching the ball loaded.
Yep.
We talk about Tamia Scott being single-minded as a driver, and that sets up the rest of her game. Savannah Davis needs to be equally singular-minded as a shooter. When that ball hits in her hands, it needs to be cut loose.
Enrique did not score tonight, had 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal in her time. Courtney Blakely fouled out tonight, 5 points, 4 assists, 6 turnovers, but again, she is a handful defensively. I mean, she was so quick getting deflections. Early on kind of set the tone because she was attacking on the perimeter all night.
Yeah, and I think that obviously when you're looking at her tonight, was she 100%? She was not. But she's still a force to be reckoned with. There's no question about that. And I think that's where, our defensive numbers are sort of spearheaded by that pressure right there in the middle of the floor just to get that offense initiated. And then we have some defenders that can really get out and force those entries to be caught about 10 feet away from where the other teams would like to be caught. Right. So it's really difficult for the other teams to attack us because we're pushing their offense so far out on the floor.
Emily Monson had 3 rebounds tonight in her 6 minutes of play. Jada Granum pulled a rebound in her minute and a half that she got on the court as well for the total of 63. Only player in double figures for Jacksonville State was Clara Gonzalez-Planella, who was 5 of 9 from three-point range. Really gave them a lift in the second quarter off the bench, scored 11 in that quarter, and finished the game with 17. But once again, a tremendous job on Brianna Rhodes, who came in as their leading scorer, held scoreless tonight, 0 for 8 from the field. And I just think trying to deal with Nas inside, just a really big challenge for her tonight.
That really bothered her. And, again, you talk about, what Nas doesn't get in terms of blocked shots. She certainly gets at least as many bothers on top of that, and there's no question she had an impact on Rhodes' game tonight.
So next for Middle Tennessee, right back into the friendly confines here, Kennesaw State comes in on Saturday. It's a 5 o'clock tip-off on Saturday, so a little unusual, a little later than maybe usually, but it's a 5 o'clock tip-off. Our broadcast will begin at 4:30 with the pregame show. Earlier, Kennesaw gave us a little bit of a battle on the road down just outside of Atlanta. Middle Tennessee won that game 59-47. Again, Coach Insel alluded to it. That was the game where the snow was coming, and we played on that Thursday night in Kennesaw, and the decision had been made right before the game that we were going to, instead of spending the night like was the plan, we were going to get on the bus and head to Jacksonville, Alabama after the game. And I have to believe, as he alluded to, that might have been a little bit disconcerting for the players. Kind of threw them off their game just a little bit, but they were able to put together a good second half and come back and win.
And, again, I don't care what anybody says, what conference you're in. Winning on the road is not easy. Nope. It's difficult no matter who you play, no matter what their record is. And so anytime you can go on the road and get those things, that's critically important. And that's also why, we take so much pride in having the home court advantage that we do here. Because, truthfully, we want teams to know they're not going to win here before they ever even tip the ball. Yep. And if they have any ideas, I just think I sort of always go back to this. They hope they can win, but they don't know they can win.
Right.
And that's one of the things that is going on this floor as well as on the road, that when the Lady Raiders roll in, big business is rolling in.
The win streak now, Conference USA home court win streak, is 33 games now for Middle Tennessee. So once again, we get Kennesaw State Saturday, 5 o'clock is the tip-off, 4:30 is the airtime. Kyle, thank you very much. Always good to be with you.
Enjoyed it, my man.
We'll do it again on Saturday.
We will.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Fisher. Final score again, Middle Tennessee 63, Jacksonville State 46. You've been listening to Lady Raider Basketball from Van Wagner.
Thanks for joining us for this broadcast of the 50th season of Middle Tennessee State University Women's Basketball. Today's broadcast was presented by Window World of Murfreesboro, the official window and exterior remodeling company of Blue Raider Athletics. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, official team physicians for Blue Raider Athletics. Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics. Ascension St. Thomas Rutherford, the official hospital partner for MTSU Athletics. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. And by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. The proceeding has been a Van Wagner presentation of the Blue Raider Network.